Hey guys, this is Plant Genius. So today we're gonna be talking about another plant hormone, called gibberellin, and this also is another. This hormones in general is just interesting because it's just like it's kind of crazy to me how like similar plants and human bodies are in the way that we both use hormones for ourselves to communicate and things like that. Let me not nerd out, but let's get into this diagram so I can kind of show you guys what I'm talking about, so you can better understand your plants. Okay. So right now we're talking about internode spacing, right? And if you guys remember, internodes are the spaces where plant growth will happen, like either creating a leaf or creating roots, depending on the situation, the environment the plant is in, right? So with the internode spacing, this kind of helps determine the environment the plant is in, and then that spacing will be changed depending on the environment it's in, pretty much like spacing and light and things like that. So a gibberellin response compared to like auxin is responding to light, but gibberellin actually responds to like darkness, right? So the whole point of gibberellin is like kind of think if you can think of like survival wise, like okay, if you're a plant that's like stuck in the dark or for instance crowded, right, and there's no light, you want to extend your internodes, and get bigger and longer so you can get towards the light and actually sustain yourself and like get yourself like put right. So the whole idea with this is like plants, and like you can even see this in like vining trees. They use the darkness, that hormone of the darkness, like they use that to like continue to stretch themselves out, and then they'll grow leaves. So then like their body can actually reach the light. But then when you see a plant that's like, normally just in a normal amount of light, its internodes are not as far stretched out because the light is on them compared to something that's in darkness. So if you see like a plant that's overstretched and, far stretched out and it's kind of like winding and it's out like this, it could be a combination of things, but looking at that internode spacing, that's based off of gibberellin. And then, whatever direction is it, that's the auxin, for it to try to direct itself towards the light. So again, it's just interesting to me. And I just want you guys to like, understand like some of these principles, like the hormones that's working in your plants, why your plants do the things that they do. And again, it's just interesting and fun to learn, right? Like, I don't know if you ever learned about like gibberellin in like school. And there's more things that it does than just being a main factor in controlling the internode length, but this is one of the most important key factors to it. So again, like you guys can check your internodes, you like see the differences in the environment of a plant that's in more of light and compared to a plant that's more in darkness and the space between them, because the ones, and that for all plants, but for most plants the spacing will be longer in the darkness and shorter in the light because they don't have to pretty much stretch themselves out to reach the light, if that makes sense. So yeah. So guys, I hope that helped. I know that was a little diagram, but again, I was saying earlier, like it's really important to just know a little bit of everything for real, so you can better understand your plant, know why they're responding the way they are in your environment, so then you can better respond to your plant and make sure they're actually enjoying themselves and growing fully and correctly, right? And remember, I may be a plant genius, but you can be a plant genius too. I thank you guys for watching, and remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.